Hi Scorpio, welcome to your June 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we get into your actions and options, just a quick note about Mindset Magic. My new upcoming course goes live on the 7th of June. It's all about manifesting your best life. I'm truly happy with this course, and I'm actually really proud of it. It's been a long time coming. So the course itself is, you've got PDFs, you've got booklets, you've got meditations. If you love my chakra meditations, you are going to really love this. Trust me. There are community calls that happen every quarter where we'll get together. We'll be doing energy work and lots of weird and wonderful stuff as well. And as if that wasn't enough, you'll also gain access to the Reydiant Reality course alums group on Facebook. So there's all of that. There's posts coming up about it, and on top of that I will be going live just in case anybody has any questions about the course and they're a little bit apprehensive about signing up. Thank you so much for allowing me to give you this announcement. Obviously I don't make them too often, and I don't really sell too many things to you guys, but I really believe in this and it would be lovely to have you be a part of it. So thank you for allowing me to share. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, sorry, I had to take a moment to think about it then. You have the Lovers card. So yes, all the traditional meanings, love, relationships, etc. But I actually think this is about, and it's not even just about choice. This is about you knitting, not even communities. This is about knitting together interactions, connections, or collaborations. There's something about because the Lovers card is Gemini ruled, so it does this whole ambidextrous kind of thing, right? But this suggests to me, because this is about your actions, this is about you pulling things or possibly people or even situations or maybe even just energies that have opposing or differing natures together. There's something about this where you are bringing balance and harmony to things, possibly through a communicative sphere. So it wouldn't surprise me if this month you are having a lot of conversations where you're bringing different elements and different people together. The thing that is allowing things to glue together, to mesh together, or to mix and mingle is you. You are like that balance point or that connective point this month, which is great. Now, when it comes to partnerships, love and relationships, this could be about a deeper sense of intimacy coming in your relationship if you have one. If you're single, this could be a month where you are connecting to somebody or with somebody that makes you feel like love is possible, which is really nice. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Three of Pentacles. So there's definitely, so this could be through teaching, it could be through studying, it could be through just a get together or building a community of some kind. There's a sense here that you are bringing things together. You're bridging a gap. You're cementing something. Now, I've got to be honest, with the Three of Pentacles, sometimes this can suggest that you are getting information that you kind of want to ignore. This is one of those things. Especially if it's, I would just say be careful of cutting your nose off to spite your face. That's a saying that we have here in the UK. I don't know if you have it everywhere else. That Three of Pentacles, though, in the communication sector, be open to new types of knowledge this month. Be open to new ways of doing things, even if they don't necessarily feel comfortable to you at the offset. For your heart and hearth energy, you have the Eight of Wands. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there's a lot going on with you and the partner this month. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of new information to digest or possibly work through. That Eight of Wands does see you connecting with or to things or people that are at a distance from you. The Three of Pentacles has a formal education feel to it, and the Eight of Wands has a mentoring / teaching energy to it. All of this under the Lovers card, which is Gemini ruled. So this month is all about communication. It's all about information, and possibly even I want to say research and data. Like this could be you and a partner going through like a whole bunch of information in order to kind of do that whole distillation process to get like what are the bits here that we really want, or the really, you know, that we need. Now, in terms of love and relationships, you're very motivated to make your partnership or your relationship a priority this month, which is great. The thing for those of you that are single, it's likely to be through a course. Maybe you're meeting somebody on my course. Shameful, I know. But maybe you are meeting somebody in an academic sense or in a professional sense, like in somewhere that you would be gaining knowledge, gaining new skills, gaining new or deeper insight. And, you know, the fact that you're in the same place, it makes a lot of sense, right? If you're meeting somebody in a place where you go to learn and you're already studying the same subject, you've at least got one thing in common, or two things in common. One, the subject itself, and two, the fact that you're looking to broaden your horizons and expand your mind and better yourself in some way. So that's a really nice way to connect to somebody new. For your money and materials, you have the Strength card. So the 8 of Wands is number 8. The Strength card is also number 8. 2 8s represents new knowledge, new insight, new wisdom. So you are gaining, for some of you as well, this could be insider knowledge. This could be knowledge and information that you gain that could actually be very lucrative for you. It might come in the form of, I want to say, like, maybe not like forbidden knowledge, but it might come in a sense of like, you know, someone says to you, I'm going to tell you this, but it's not allowed, like I'm not really supposed to tell anyone, so the information that I give you is kind of privileged, so you've got to, you know, you got to keep it on the hush. So very exciting, because it looks like it's really good for your finances. For those of you that are partnered or married, this is some financial move that you are making or investment in the future, but it centers on or around lots of information. There's something here where it's like data, research, you know, knowledge, information. It's like you're compiling all of this to pull out, right, okay, so what are the trends and themes here, and how does that translate into money-making enterprises in some way? For your weeks of the month, you have... The first week of the month, you've got the Star card coupled with the Lovers. I really like this for pulling together maybe new communities, maybe for bringing, bridging the gap between old and new in some way, because the Star card is ultra forward. It's futuristic, it's technology, all of that stuff. And then you've got the Lovers card, which is Gemini ruled, which is the communication. So this could be maybe that you're bringing something very new or very novel to the world in a sense, which could be really exciting. For your second week of the month, you have the Death card with the 3 of Pentacles. For some of you, especially if you have your own business, you could be retiring a product or a service. In terms of like the work sphere and stuff, for some of you this could be the end of a job, like the release of a job, the letting go of a certain way of doing the work that you're doing. And I will say, it looks like some of you are taking a piece of information with a pinch of salt. It's always a good thing to do. Scorpios are always going to go their own way. Like, you can go your own way. Sorry, I love that song. And then, yeah, there's just something here that you are phasing out of or releasing. And, you know, it may be against your better judgment, but at the same time, it might also be, you know, the opposite. It just depends what kind of person you are and what situation you're in. For your third week of the month, you have the Chariot card. So this is travel. This is connections to places that are at a distance from you. For some of you, this could have a physical health sort of implication about it. Maybe you and your partner are just taking some time out. For those of you that are those of you that are single, if you are meeting somebody via an online course, etc., you could transfer into the real world very quickly. So maybe this is like you meet online, you talk, maybe you exchange numbers, you know, you have a couple of messages here and there, and then before you know it, you're doing the FaceTime or the Zoom. Before you know it, you're, you know, planning to actually meet up in person. There's something about this, if you're single, it's like it moves really quick from out of the obscure, which, you know, FaceTime and Zoom is not really obscure, but you get my point. Like, it moves out of the conceptual and into the actual very quickly. For your 4th week of the month, you have the Temperance card. That's a lot of double ups. Well, I say a lot, it's not really, but your actions and options, you've got like this really powerful air energy, so lots of information and communication. And in your finances, you've got this, because the Temperance card is Sagittarius ruled, the Strength card is Leo ruled, you've got double fire. And these are complementary elements that feed into each other. So whatever is being communicated, whatever you're pulling together, whatever you are thinking and putting into action, the results on a financial or material level are there quite quick. Nice. So your moons, for the moons are out of sequence this month because we had 3 moons in May. So you've got the full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th of June and the new moon in Cancer on the 29th of June. So this, the full moon for you is in your 2nd house of finances, money and resources. And for this, you've got the gate 60 and limits. And the message behind this card isn't that yes, it suggests that there may be limitations, but it reminds you that if you work within the confines of those limitations, just like a tree, right? You've seen trees grow through rocks and they split the rock eventually, or how a river will literally, you know, it won't, you know, completely destroy the rock, but over time it will wear right through it. This is about looking at the limitations that you're experiencing in your finances and your resources and saying, right, how do I use my brain and my smarts and my information and the connections that I have to best effect to get the result that I want? All right, you got to find a way to work with your limitations. Your new moon in the sign of Cancer is going to be on in your 9th house, which is all to do with the world, publishing. It's all to look at that. Your moons take place in the 2nd and the 9th house, and you've got the gate 29 as your new moon message. That's really interesting. And look, the gate 29 is about perseverance. So the reason the hummingbird is on there is, like, if you've ever seen a hummingbird, when, like, in real time, you don't even see the wings. It's just like a floating body that zips around. But when you see them slowed down, like, you can see they're working really hard. And so this moon in the new moon in the 9th, this is giving you a new way, or at least sees you looking for new ways to present yourself to the wider world or to make international connections in some way. And it also represents higher education and understandings and perception. So it will be interesting to see how this shapes up. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Look out for Mindset Magic. Look out for the course that goes live on the 7th of June. Look out for the live that I'll be doing before that to answer any of your questions. Take care, and I'll see you soon.